Walt Disney World Resort is hemorrhaging guests. They cannot find families who want to hop through their turnstiles and have the best experience of their lives. Perhaps it's because, well, the quality is going down, and yet Disney is determined to keep fixing things that don't need fixed. This time, folks, we're telling you about a new ride under the focus, under the eyes of DEI. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pro Channel, where we endeavor to explain entertainment, keep you ahead of the culture curve. It is a joy doing so. We do it with a smile on our face. Coming to you from somewhere sunny, USA. Joining us today is Lorena Creole. How are you, madam?
I am doing well. Got my coffee in my Mr. Toad mug, and I'm ready to roll.
The Mr. Toad mug. Now that is cool. All right, folks, we hope you've got a Mr. Toad mug somewhere. Take a simultaneous sip with all of us. And, folks, don't forget to click the like button. All right, briefly, before we discuss this DEI attraction focus, where it's not just a Jungle Cruise, it's not just Haunted Mansion, it's not just Tiana's Bayou Adventure. They continue to hyper-focus on these attractions for any kind of microaggression they can find and then change them for the worse. We'll talk about that in just a moment, folks, but there's one thing we need to discuss first of all, and that's on your screen right now. This out of Cosmic Marvel on X. Disney has allegedly been hacked. 1 terabyte of data is said to be stolen, including unreleased projects, login credentials, raw images and codes, and more. Now, folks, I just want to clarify a couple of principles that we have here with That Park Place, thatparkplace.com, the WDW Pro Channel, and more. So, there may be news that comes out of this. There may be stories that happen. We're not sure. One of the reasons that we're not sure is because we will not be accessing any of this hacked, stolen material. It's against our policies that we have to access hacked information. We don't believe that it's ethical to do this or to steal information from companies. And so the way that we stay ahead of the culture curve is that we have sources who tell us their beliefs about what's going on, and we trust those sources. But actually stealing information from the company is something that we will not do. And while if these stories happen in the mainstream media, we'll cover them, we simply will not do anything to try to subvert or access anything. And so when you hear videos from us in the coming days and weeks, just know that it's not coming from anything that's in here. We will be just as naive as you when it comes to this stuff. Now, that's not to say that we like Disney and everything that it does. It's not the case at all. But it means that there are certain journalistic, ethical standards that we maintain, and we will not deviate from them. Lorena, any thoughts on this, the situation where Disney this morning has been hacked?
It makes me think of the fact that AT&T was hacked.
Yes,
recently. I don't know if you've seen that story.
No, access to almost every customer.
Yes. And another fact is that AT&T is one of Disney's technology partners.
Oh, that's interesting. I had not connected those two together. So you think there's a possibility the AT&T hack opened the floodgates to grab a hold of Disney stuff?
Yes, because here's the last piece. There is a cloud software, kind of like Azure DevOps. It's called Snowflake. This is public knowledge. It's used by Disney.
Come on, Lorena. You're telling me that Disney uses
by AT&T. Yes.
You're telling me Disney uses something called... Okay.
Yes.
Called
the
Cosmos are laughing right now. The Cosmos are laughing. Of course. Disney has something they use called Snowflake.
Snowflake. Just think of the dolphin from Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Oh, I'm thinking of something else, not the dolphin when it comes to snowflakes. Oh, good grief. Now folks, that's the kind of information that you come here for, and that's why you should be subscribed, by the way, to Lorena Creole on her YouTube channel. I did not know that, Lorena. Thank you for sharing that with our audience. Now they can put those pieces together. It's time to put some pieces together, though, when it comes to the situation with Disney World. Lorena, a lot of people are upset. They're not happy because of the changes forthcoming to Haunted Mansion that have been leaked out. They're not happy because Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which was Splash Mountain, doesn't seem to work. It doesn't seem to function. And I was there for extra magic hours, whatever they call that now for resort guests. And it wasn't running. They didn't have it running. They weren't trying to get it running. It just doesn't run most of the time, apparently. And we can go through other rides like Jungle Cruise that have been changed for DEI reasons. And for those who don't know, there's a group out there called Story Matters or Stories Matter group, and they work inside the parks to find anything basically offensive. And the minute that they can't find offensive things, they won't have a job. So they do a darn good job of finding things that I don't find offensive, but they do. And Lorena, we've been told by someone in and around Disney that there's a new attraction that they have set their sights on, and it's one that not many people out there would ever, I think, consider to be on the radar of it's offensive, and that is the Grand Fiesta Tour starring the Three Caballeros in the Mexico Pavilion of Walt Disney World Resort at Epcot. Now, Lorena, the reason apparently that Tres Caballeros is offensive and needs to be changed, two reasons that I've been told, and let me say this too. Apparently, the reason that this has not yet been addressed is one, the pandemic. Two, there had been talk about moving this attraction into a Kocho inspired ride, and that may have gone to the wayside now due to budgets. So, and Kocho may be going to Magic Kingdom, might be going to Animal Kingdom. Kind of doubt that at this point. But the reasons that they want to change this attraction, that they have deemed it offensive, Lorena. One, Donald Duck is depicted in the ride as attempting to get kisses from women who are not consenting. Now, Lorena, we'll talk about the next reason in just a moment, but do you remember the scenes where Donald Duck is doing his, what Bluey would call smoochy kisses towards the attractive young women? Do you recall that one?
Yes, I do. Mm-hmm.
Lorena, when you have passed by Donald Duck sending smoochy kisses towards women who have not consented, did you feel the urge to leap out of your boat in a fit of rage at the offensiveness of that situation?
No. If anything, I was laughing at Donald taking advantage of the situation, which is very appropriate for those kinds of cartoons, trying to get kisses, but also the Mexican women who were laughing and smiling and blowing kisses back.
Yes, but they're not consenting. They did not fill out their forms nor their documents. So documentos. They did not fill any of that out, Lorena. Real
So no
problem. So
bueno. Okay.
no bueno. We have identified the problem with El Pato, with the little duck. The other reason, though, I find this fascinating. Lorena, apparently, and I think I need to do a little bit more research into this to make sure, but I think I know who the voice actor is. But I have been told that one of the voice actors for the Three Caballeros is actually not authentically from the country in which the bird is depicted, is not of Hispanic or Latino origin, but rather is a white male. So, Lorena, the other problem apparently is the voice actor, and that's a more simple fix, I would think. So, what do you think about? Do we need to change this all because the voice actors are incorrect?
No. No. Absolutely right, no.
I've got it, by the way, Lorena. Rob Paulson is Carioca. I don't know the bird.
Jose anyway, Carioca? Okay. Yes. Yeah, he's the Brazilian one. Okay.
Rob Paulson is the guy who does the Animaniacs. He's Raphael on the original Ninja Turtles. He's Donatello on the Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles. He's basically in every cartoon you've ever seen. Okay. He is not Latino or Hispanic, whereas Pistoles is Carlos Alasraqui, and he is, of course. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lorena. So do we need to keep Rob Paulson out? Does he need to go? Will that fix the offensiveness of this ride?
No, because there's no offensiveness to be fixed. So if I go back into myself as a kid, watching the Three Caballeros, which I loved watching, I thought it was hilarious because I love beautiful birds. And the madcap adventures that they would go on. So you mean to tell me that because this particular group thinks it's offensive that Rob Paulson is not Latino, so you're going to take away a voice that I've been hearing since I was a kid? being
That's
outraged because no one asked you to be.
it's what seems to be the thing. And Lorena, we need to do the disclaimer. Of course, this is rumor and speculation because we're talking about
This
something
is
that
true.
has not yet happened, and it's coming from a source, a well-trusted source. Apparently, there's another ride, though, Lorena, that they're looking at making changes for. I don't yet know that ride. I'm waiting to hear back, but I wanted to go ahead and move forward with this because the broader story about this, Lorena, in my view, and you correct me if I'm wrong, is that there are so many attractions and rides at Walt Disney World that desperately need attention. I'm talking about you, Journey into Imagination, where half of the effects were not working and it's always a walk on.
Mm-hmm.
There are a vast number of attractions that need help badly. And I just feel sad that we are spending time making inoffensive things even more pristine, according to these people, and spending large sums of money on this as opposed to actually fixing broken rides that don't work anymore. What do you think of it? And as you do, Lorena, tell the folks out there, what are some attractions that actually desperately need a budget sent their way?
Oh my goodness. Besides Journey to Imagination, that's a big one. that needs to be updated. It needs quite a lot of love.
Can we trick them into thinking that's an offensive ride somehow? Like, can we tell them that Figment is somehow a deviant? He's part of the patriarchy. I don't know what we do, but we need to convince them of that. It's the only way to fix it.
Even better. I know. Figment is actually ableist. You want to know why? Because people who are colorblind may not be able to enjoy that attraction.
That's right, because of the sight labs. Yes, Lorena, I'll tell you something funny. Spaceship Earth. I wrote it 2 days ago, I guess. I wrote Spaceship Earth, and the black fabric that they hung. Okay, so there's the descent on Spaceship Earth. Spaceship Earth, for those of you who don't know, is in the giant ball. And so I think it's one of the greatest engineering accomplishments Disney's ever done. It's an amazing ride that they put inside a huge sphere. So
it is one of my favorites.
During the descent, at one point, they did something on the cheap, and instead of redoing all the scenes there, they just covered them up with black fabric and put little twinkly lights on the black fabric, and then you watch a screen as you go down the hill, because that was super cheap. Still super cheap. But Lorena, there was one section where the black fabric had fallen that day, apparently, and was laying on top of the old scene. And you could see the outline of like the contours of the fabric, laying on top of it. And I thought, boy, I wish that I had some good, a good piece of camera right now that could capture very dark scenery. I would have loved to have gotten a shot of that, because you never see that. But that's just an example of things are falling apart, and we're spending all this time and all this money on stuff like the Haunted Mansion, on stuff like the Jungle Cruise, and then we don't spend money on rides that have no wait times because nobody wants to ride them because they're in such bad shape. That's a really sad place to be. So, Lorena, are there any rides that you can think of that we need to send a budget to immediately? Are there any other rides that you think we need to fix this? Doesn't have anything to do with DEI. It just is bad. It's BAD.
Oh man, I'm trying to run everything back in my head to figure out which ones. Well,
I'll toss you one, Lorena.
Question.
Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if we spent some extra cash on Space Ranger Spin and upgraded that so that it's not just every 3-second little blinky laser light, but you actually could see the laser lights, and maybe upgrade the Zerg, and maybe the paint that's peeling on the walls in the queue, we could fix that. That's an example of something. Maybe Carousel of Progress.
Maybe what?
We could make it where his hands aren't falling off of his arms every time.
You know what? I was just thinking about that, actually. Carousel of Progress.
Can you imagine what they would do with Carousel of Progress now, Lorena? Progress would mean an entirely new thing.
That's a thing. It's like it needs love, but it needs love like you would restore an old painting. Not needs love as in, okay, guess what? We're going to put a Asian family in this scene, a Black family in this scene, a Latino family in this scene, and whatever in this scene. No.
I'm literally ready to laugh out loud, Lorena, because I'm imagining what Disney Imagineering would do now. I've never had this thought come through. It's so funny. carousel of progress in every decade is like the family learning to be less offensive to everybody else. And they're like learning new, you could go through the all the degrees of wokeism until the end where they've turned into actual protesters. The final scene is them making their signs.
That sounds like a South Park episode. That's what that sounds like.
That's the only way we get money sent to that attraction that's falling apart. Is to have them with their signs and their strange pink hats woven together, and they can.
I do have one more for you that I just
what do you got, Lorena?
Thought of.
What needs money? What desperately needs money?
The Speedway.
Oh gosh, just tear it down.
The Speedway. You can go to the fun spot and Andretti's go-karts. It's like the technology has progressed so far. It's just get rid of it. I mean, it's
loud. It's hot. It's noisy. No parent has ever been on that and had a good time. Even like you can try to make a memory out of that, and what you'll come away with instead is a back injury. I mean, it's just terrible.
Hey, yeah, if you're a kid, you do remember that. Like, okay, you got to tap the car in front of you.
Right, but any random go-kart thing in Gatlinburg is better than trying to hop on the Tomorrowland Speedway. So anyway, I totally agree. But I say just take that down, and if you want to put up a new go-kart thing, fine, but it can't be that, I don't think.
Yeah, Lorena, just not an outdoor Starbucks.
Yeah, not another outdoor Starbucks, please, no. And whatever you do, Disney, whatever you do with expansions, we're now begging you. You continue to destroy all of your interior spaces where air conditioning and relief from the weather can be found. Stop doing that. I don't know how dumb you must be to continuously think that Florida is Anaheim. It is not, and it makes your theme parks misery. One thing that's not misery, though, folks, is following Lorena Creole on her amazing YouTube channel, where you can get inside the parks information that is not pixie dusted. It is not chasing a cupcake that Disney will send her way for telling you false information. Lorena, what is coming up very soon on your channel?
Well, this morning, I guess noon, at 12 noon, I'm going to have the War Room live stream on my channel with a bunch of other theme park aficionados like myself, Culture Casino, Vash Sky, Berry Place 28. Also, theme park casual, and Follow the Bradley's Fun. We're going to answer all of your theme park planning questions, have a couple of stories to let you guys know about, especially the news about Halloween Horror Nights. So please do join us for that.
All right, folks, make sure you run, don't walk, run to Lorena Creole and hit that subscribe button as soon as you can. And folks, we want to thank all of you out there for a number of things. We can't even thank you for all the stuff that you've done for this channel and for our team and our network of channels. This one now closing in again on 80K. We just celebrated 70K, now 80K on the way. Folks, we are just over the moon with your support. And we're thankful also for your support of Vacation Radio. We have discovered that running our own original content radio station on YouTube is tougher than we thought. For reasons that we won't get into in this video, it gets deep into the weeds from technicalities. It's not tough for us to run the thing. It's tough for us to get YouTube to send it out to others and to monetize it. But you all out there, you have turned the tide on that. You have made that possible. And that's going to be a huge step towards us making original content, including, we hope in the future, animated shorts. And we can't wait to be a driving force of positivity, making content that we hope will combat back those who would otherwise destroy the stuff we love. All right, folks, like, share, subscribe, click, stick. It's the algorithms. And the way you do that is the notification bell. All right, drop a comment down below, and we will see you real soon. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Wilton, what are you doing?
Well, I was feeling really behind and uneducated on all the happenings in the entertainment world. So, I was trying to work out a solution, specifically around 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And, this is what I came to.
That's not what that means.
Oh.
But, why wouldn't you just watch Midnight's Edge on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays? And on Tuesdays, on WDW Pro's channel, you got the Pro Show, and on Thursdays, you got That Park Place with Jonas and Vash.
Jonas? That guy sucks.
Well, feel free to jump in the chat and remind him of that regularly.
I won't feel free. I am free, baby. But I think you forgot something important.
What's that?
On Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, there's something really special that happens on Floral from Under a Rock.
Ah, right.
Under a Rock, where we don't simply talk about entertainment. We actually try to be the entertainment. Which, I mean, Floral, you're actually kind of dragging the show down, you know what I mean?
Well, theoretically, you and everyone else knows now what's happening at 12 Eastern Time throughout the week.
Yep. Now, just a point of clarity. You say 12 p.m. Eastern Time that the midnight schedule will be happening. Is Tom gonna commit to being on time?
Well, that's a fair question.
Okay.